subscribe, or forever hold your peace. Hey! Alright, what's good, y'all? Jeff London back with another video. Before we jump into the video, do me a favor, click the like button, click the subscribe button, please. I'm trying to grow this channel, folks, so I need you guys to comment, I need you to like it, I need you to follow me on Instagram, I need you to subscribe. Woo! So this topic is about building muscle, how much weight you could expect to gain in a year. And I got this question from one of my followers. Somebody sent me an email and just basically talking about building muscle, and apparently this guy, he put on some muscle, but over the last few years it really slowed down. So I just want to give you, I'm gonna share a little bit of information with you. So your first year training, I mean, if you're training right, I mean, you don't even have to know everything under the sun, but if you're training hard, you can gain, and you could gain up to 20 pounds of legit muscle in your first year of exercising, like weightlifting. Some people say up to 27 pounds. Some people have said that, but on average, if you're doing it well, you're consistent, you could pack on 20 pounds of muscle. And the reason why is because basically you've never lifted it. It's called your genetic muscle potential. It hasn't been activated yet, right? So that's just a fancy way of saying that you haven't been lifting weights. Your muscles have not, you haven't done any resistance training, so your body's gonna respond and be very receptive to resistance training. You know, for some reason in the bodybuilding community, they come up with these like genetic muscle potential. They come up with these like phrases. But I mean, it's just really, I don't know why they make shit sound so complicated. It's really not that complicated. Your body's never, you haven't lifted weights. Your body is responding to resistance training for the first time in your life. That's why you pack on so much muscle. But after a while, once you wake up your genetic muscle potential, you start decreasing. Every year you don't gain as much muscle. You pretty much drop off 50% every year. So your second year of lifting weights, you could expect to gain anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds. Closer to 10 pounds, but you might get lucky, you might go up to 15. Some people say they've seen 15 pounds. I know my first 2 years I killed it. I put on tons of muscle, even my third year. So then year 3 comes around, then you'll start packing around 7 to 5 pounds of muscle. Then year 4 comes around, you dip down even more, you're around that 3 to 4 pound of muscle mark. Now, mind you, just a little bit of context. Like, you could pack on 5 pounds of muscle and look like a different human. I mean, you could look like a completely different person where people be like, yo, what the hell are you doing, bro? You taking steroids. That's just with 5 pounds of muscle. So that's a big deal. Now, on average, then once you become senior, once you become somebody who's an experienced weightlifter, experienced gym person, I mean, you could expect to gain anywhere from 1 to 2.5 pounds of muscle. If I gain 2.5 pounds of muscle in a year, pure muscle without fat, that is a great year for me. That's huge. Now that 2 pounds of muscle looks really good on you. So that's just a little context for people, because some people get frustrated and you make these huge gains your first couple years and then you taper off and then you're like, whoa, what the hell is happening? So it's not gonna work like that, my man. So it's gonna eventually taper off. So you just, I mean, it's better to know this because you might get frustrated. That's something that I got frustrated about too. I was just wondering, I'm like, man, I remember a year ago, I killed it. It's just getting harder and harder. And the same thing with fat loss too. Like, if you haven't been exercising and you hit the gym and you're going consistently, fat will start. You'll notice you'll drop a ton of fat. You'll lose weight quickly, but then you'll notice as you keep losing more and more weight, it gets harder, man. Like, especially when you're down to that last, like if you had a lot of weight to lose and you're down to that last little 10 pounds, that thing could be stressful, man. That's when you got to start getting into that's when you got to really start learning your information to get over that hump. But I'm going somewhere completely different. But that's the video, folks. First year you could kill it. First year you could kill it. Do me a favor, like this video, click the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram at King London Supreme. Also, go to my website. I got the 21-day fat loss program going. I'm telling you, this thing is crazy. Click the link in the bio. It's a 21-day fat loss program, proven. Hundreds of people went through it. Click the link in the description. Holla at me.